In the spectacle that is modern-day hip-hop, few names can meet the reputation of one like Tyler Okama, or generally known as Tyler the Creator. From a controversial entry into the music industry to being one of the most highly regarded artists to date, Tyler has truly been through the wire. Despite this, Tyler's musical conquest began in the humble city of Hawthorne, California, where he created his own album covers and track lists for imaginary albums at the mere age of 7. This artistry from a creator such as Okama begs a curious question. What if someone carried on this artistry with Tyler's discography itself? Being his most controversial project by far, Tyler's initial breakoff from hip-hop collective Odd Future took his career into an initially problematic standpoint, being banned from Australia, New Zealand, and the UK respectively due to lyrical controversy. These lyrics include Tyler's darkest fantasies portrayed by fictional characters of his many personas, often an immoral representation of said fantasies, who is pictured in my album Redesign, inspired by the music video for She. Opposed to Goblin, Okama's second studio album Wolf is a significantly more joyful and tame-sounding record, following the characters of Wolf Haley, Samuel, and Salem during their infamous Camp Flognaw feud. Portrayed throughout several of the music videos concerning the album, the character of Samuel is often seen wearing a green beanie and smoking a cigarette, and as is shown in the Wolf official movie trailer and throughout the album, Sam is the main antagonist of the album's narrative. In my cover remake, Samuel is seen sitting on the side of the street near Camp Flognaw, leaning on a billboard, which shows even in his attempts at self-comfort, he's reminded of his opposition, Wolf's success. In terms of musical prowess, Tyler's 2015 project Cherry Bomb is heavily controversial. Being an experimental and transitional album between Wolf and Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb's musical style greatly varies throughout the tracklist. From scratchy and metal-inspired tracks such as Death Camp to jazz-infused jam session tracks such as Find Your Wings. All of this musical variation is represented simply by a cherry-inspired character which originated from sketches Okama made over individuals' faces in magazines. The character was seen riding a go-kart in Tyler's music video for Death Camp and on the production sheet of Cherry Bomb's physical releases. The cover I created for Cherry Bomb features said character, alongside an unusual angle the cover takes, inspired by the unusual nature of Cherry Bomb as an album. Flower Boy is, in a sense, a breakout album for Tyler as an artist, marking a point in his career where he takes a significantly more vulnerable approach in terms of his music's theming. Being heavily more introspective than his previous projects, Flower Boy is the start of a self-reflection and melodic trend in his discography, with the following projects Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, and Chromacopia respectively, all following this maturing theme. Flower Boy was often symbolized by a bumblebee, standing for pollination or in a more literal sense, growth. Eric White created the original cover of Flower Boy, and the only change I made in terms of redesigning the cover was removing the bee covering Tyler's face, as to reinforce the themes of vulnerability and honesty throughout the project, showing that Tyler himself has nothing to hide. Despite a blonde wig and heavily energetic performances in album teasers, Igor is arguably Tyler's most deliberate album. Considered by Tyler himself to be unlike any project before, Igor took an incredibly different direction from other albums. With pitched up vocals and heavy synths infusing the album, Igor is unlike a typical hip-hop album in more ways than one. Okama used Igor to express an emotional roller coaster that came with a past relationship, touching on themes of lust, longing, and most importantly, unrequited love. Due to the many topics Igor covers, the difficulty in pinpointing a single design to represent Igor is a project in of itself, though I eventually decided to represent it by the very instrument it was created with. The design I created includes a looming Igor headline, with the synth beneath it, and includes Igor's iconic pink color to reinforce the symbols. Critics and listeners alike oftentimes consider Tyler's 2021 project Call Me If You Get Lost a victory lap for Okama as an artist, due to the lighthearted rapping nature of the album. In retrospect, Call Me If You Get Lost covers many themes, the broadest being travel, hinted at on the original cover, which features a passport for the alter ego portrayed throughout the album, Tyler Baudelaire. Following these themes of travel, I redesigned the cover with Tyler's iconic Sir Baudelaire figure as the centerpiece, with the Earth alongside the character, similar to the cover of Lil Tecca's 29 mixtape, We Love You Tecca. Okama's most recent project, titled Chromacopia, was a self-reflection album, though unlike previous albums with similar themes. With the debut teaser for Chromacopia came the introduction to Saint Chroma, an alter ego to represent a flawed Tyler, with hair shaped into devilish horns and a mask to hide Okama's true face. The cover I designed for Chromacopia features Saint Chroma with flames surrounding him, as a reference to the chorus of the track titled Saint Chroma. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. This video's been in the works since before Chromacopia dropped, so it would be nice if you subscribed. It's kept me sane over the past year, so I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll see you next video.